pleasant day to everyone. Welcome to the sixth chapter of your ICC or Indigenous Creative Crafts lesson. We're going to talk about the fashion crafts of the indigenous communities in the Philippines, how they create jewelry, beads, and shells in incorporating into their accessories. So indigenous people in the Philippines have a rich history of crafting beautiful and meaningful fashion accessories, including the usage of shells and beads. And with these materials, they represent their cultural identity, their social statuses, and their spiritual beliefs. So here are some of the detailed looks, no, makikita po natin. And you will also learn how to design fashion accessory projects from indigenous materials. So your materials might include shells, beads, and other materials, and that we will be talking about. Traditional metalworking methods in the Philippine jewelry includes the following. So meron po tayong lost wax casting and hammering, which are employed into materials like gold, brass, and beads, with designs reflecting cultural beliefs and status of the indigenous people. So Philippine indigenous jewelry is rich in history and symbolism, and it utilizes the traditional metalworking techniques na minention ko. So this will be examples, no? These two are the basic of the traditional metalworking methods na ginagamit nila. So number one is the lost wax casting. Lost wax casting, artisans, where the artisans create a wax model, no? Yung iba wax ang ginagamit, ang iba ay kahoy. Ang iba naman ay, tulad nito, parang goma yung ginamit niya. To, parang kahoy yata to, no? Kasi kung goma, matutunaw din siya together with the metal, di ba? So artisans create a wax model of the desired jewelry, encase it in clay, melt out the wax, and then pour molten metal like brass or gold into the mold to create the final piece. So dito po example niya, no, isa siyang mold ng sing-sing, di ba? Sa candle making, ganun din yan eh. I have candle making accessories tulad nito. And I am using molders para mag-create na, silicone molders, para mag-create na specific na shape na gusto ko. So I have apples, I have cone, pine cone na mga design. So iba't ibang design. And what I do is I melt the wax and then ibubuhos ko po doon sa silicone. But ang silicone na yan, lalagyan mo muna ng lining na oil para hindi po siya dumikit. Now, ito rin po, siguro ganun din ang ginagawa, no? But you will learn more when you watch it in the YouTube. Makikita ninyo yung mga maliliit at malalaking mga jewelry pieces na pwede po nilang gawin. The second method that they are using is hammering and embossing. Sa National Museum po, National Museum natin of the Philippines, marami po tayong makikita niyan. And I will be showing, no, yung pagbisita ko po doon sa National Museum natin of the Philippines, na wherein I saw all the mga ganito po, na mga jewelry na hinammer or sculpted into specific shapes and designs during the pre-Hispanic era. So ito yung mga gold artifacts, isa sa mga nandun. Ang nipis-nipis po niyan, kapag nakita nyo siya in actual design, makikita nyo yan. Napakanipis po niyan. So pinukpok po yan ng pinukpok, hinammer, and parang ginawa siya sa kanila dinisignan. So these gold artifacts are displayed in the National Museum. I will also show it to you, no, in a short video clip. Lahat ng mga crafts at the end of our all the chapters, makikita nyo po doon, starting from textile craft up to the leather craft, no, na atin pong pinag-uusapan dito sa inyong lessons. Gagawan ko po yun ng short video clip. Now, beadwork and other embellishments. So this is naman, ito naman yung pwede natin i-afford kasi we can't afford naman to let you go into jewelry crafting, no? Sino meron diyang gustong magtunaw ng 24 karat or 18 karat na gold nila at gawin at subukan yung second natin kaninang way, no, ng paggagawa. And this will be more affordable for students like you to practice and decorate so that you can enhance your skills in building accessories. So not just this will also be our lifelong learning, no? Mababaon nyo po ito sa maraming aspeto ng buhay nyo kasi itong beadworks and shellcraft, ito po yung magiging project ninyo sa chapter nito. So beads and shells and other materials are used to decorate and enhance jewelry pieces. So ito po maghahanap tayo, no? I will be sharing a link on sa simple, how to create simple beadwork at home. Meron po at the end of this chapter na lecture, meron po kayong makikita doon. May i-share po akong link para na rin po sa inyo. Now, shells are common, very common in the Philippines kasi di ba, we are an archipelago and the shells are very rich in the community. Kumbaga, tulad ko, no, in the Visayas, I live near the shore. Ang husband ko po kasi ay talagang nasa tabi ng dagat nakatira. So there are many exquisite shells or tsaka mga kakaiba, very rare shells that I often encounter. At nagsisisi ako na bakit hindi ko siya. Anyway, I still have some of those shells in my aquarium, no, na may mga pangalan, lalo na yung malalaki pong shells, nilalagyan ko ng place and date, lalo na kung ano po yung event, na limbawa na nagpunta kami ng Iloilo or umuwi kami ng bakasyon, nakasulat po yun, yung date and year, nakapangalan po doon ang lugar, at saka yung ano. Pag kami po nagsiswimming din po ng Quezon, Real, di ba? Sa Real Quezon, nasa dagat din po ay marami ka rin pong shell na madadampot, nakakaiba. Isa pang collection ko dun ay rocks, yung very rare na mga kulay na rocks. So shells particularly from cone snails, no? Cone snails, limpets, top snails, and giant clams have been used to create bracelets, necklaces, and earrings. So pwede kayong gumawa ng earrings out of this shell, pwede rin po bracelet, and pwede rin po necklaces. So beads also came from seeds, shells, and pearls, which are used to create intricate jewelry and adornments with designs passed down through generations. Yung mga beads kasi, ito yung pinaka-primary na ginagamit po talaga ng ating mga katutubong Pilipino. So, meron din po namang ibang gamit pa, no? May beads. Ngayon, marami na tayong mabibili sa Shopee na beads. So, you can also buy those beads on Shopee and other suppliers. At madali po siyang gawin dahil meron na pong mga guide on the YouTube. So other materials that the indigenous people use, indigenous people of the Philippines use are made of bone, di ba? Bone, clay, stone, glass, and metal, which are also used in creation of ornaments, including beads, necklaces, bracelets, rings, earrings, and funerary mask. So kakaibang mask po ito, no? Ang ginagamit dito ay metal sa funeral. So we used, on your midterm project, we made mask, but it should be of particular festive design. Kasi festival po ang usually na ginagamitan po ng ating mga mask, like your Mascarafis Festival in Bacolod or Negros Occidental. So, ito pong mga mask ninyo na yan, na festive mask, can also be used as costumes natin dito sa ating dance troupe, di ba? So, weaving, other materials din po na ginagamit nila for jewelry ay ginagamitan din nila ng weaving. Minsan, ang tela ay naka-incorporate with the beads. So, tulad na later, papakita ko sa inyo yung makatutubong mga beadworks na may kasama pong intricate designs of weaving materials or woven materials around the craft or the fashion craft. Next one. So, indigenous jewelry design principle. So, meron pong sinusunod na prinsipyo or ang bawat jewelry design ng mga ating katutubong Pilipino. Number one, there should be balance and proportion. Ang pangalawa niyan later is symbolism and meaning. So, jewelry pieces are designed to be visually balanced and harmonious with attention to the proportions of different elements. For example, dito po sa example na yan dyan, the necklace has balanced color, di ba? From dark shade to the lightest shade. Kita nyo ba? Di ba? Yung pinakamalapit sa throat ay dark, then medium dark, and then light. Di ba? Medium light. Kumbaga combination of the light and the dark part. Mayroon silang harmony. Ang balance naman is, nakita niyo yung division sa gitna, kung ilan yung bead sa kabila, dapat ganun din po yung bead sa kaliwa. And there's a center focus, which is the pendant. Ganun din po yung so pangalawang design, di ba? So meron pong uniformity or geometric pattern silang sinusunod sa kanilang pag-create ng crafts. So second thing that they bear in mind when creating jewelry pieces is the symbol and the meaning of each piece that they create. Kayo dapat may interpretation din kayo. Dapat may interpretation kayo on what your jewelry means. So medyo tatanong ko yun sa inyo kasi syempre hindi nyo naman yung gagawin without any idea why you did that. So kasama po yan um, sa inyong output in the GCR to explain the symbol and the meaning of your creation. Okay? You will use these three elements. Okay? Number one, yung harmony and balance. And then number two, symbolism and meaning. And third is the material and the techniques that you use. So yun po ang magiging, doon nyo ipapakita kung paano nyo ginawa yung inyong beadwork. Okay? And that would be, okay, designs often incorporate symbols and motifs that hold cultural significance, reflecting spiritual beliefs, social status, or ancestral wisdom. May ano po yan may interpretation sila, may meaning po ang bawat jewelry na kanila pong ginagawa. So katulad po sa social status, beads and shell ornaments can signify an individual's social standing and wealth within the community. So napapakita daw dyan kung ano ang social standing nila, kung sila ba'y mayaman, nandun sila sa part ng mga grupo na mahihirap. So pinapakita po yung kanilang social status. Now rituals, your rituals at mga ceremonial use nila, certain beads and ornaments are used in rituals, ceremonies, and funerals. Siguro naman, di ba, yung meron silang specific colors na ginagamit. When we say na it's a festivity, may ginagamit silang specific colors. Pag funeral naman, syempre, alangan namang mag-use sila ng festive colors. So, they're using different colors then. Ancestral heritage or ancestral wisdom, traditional beading techniques and designs are passed down through generations. So, ano po ba yung preserve natin ng mga katutubong ito? Ano yung preserve nilang cultural identity nila? For example, ang iba ay yung mga Maranao or Maguindanao they have a different way of creating their techniques of traditional practices nila sa paggawa ng kanilang accessories, metal accessories, and beads accessories. Ganon din po yung mga tibuli, iba rin po ang ginagamit nila. Iba din po ang ginagamit ng mga tauso. Iba din po yung mga igorot. So makikita po natin yung cultural identity nila through the symbols and meanings of their beadworks. Now, materials and techniques, the choice of materials, examples are gold, brass, and beads. And techniques like cloth wax, casting, and hammering are rooted in traditional practices and reflect the cultural heritage of the artisans. So may kanya-kanya po silang ginagawa na mga techniques na paggawa po ng kanilang mga crafts. So they reflect also their cultural heritage. Kung yun nga tulad ng sinabi ko, iba yung gawain na ang ginagamit na style ng bawat indigenous communities. For example, in the Palawan, indigenous communities in the Palawan are known for their intricate shell and beadwork. Kasi bakit shell and shell sila? Diba Palawan is surrounded also by surrounded din ng maraming rivers and water forms. That's why shell is very plentiful in Palawan. Tagbanwa and Palawan tribes, they are known for their exquisite beadwork na nagpapakita po ng community values nila and ancestral heritage. Yung mga lumads naman, yung lumad ng Mindanao, they're also known for shell bracelets, na nakadisplay din po sa Lumad Mindanao Gallery of the National Museum of Anthropology. The Kalinga and the Ifugao, these tribes are known for their weaving, stone carving, and beadwork, with heirloom beads passed down from generation to generation. So ito po, dito po mapasok sa number 4 na characteristic po ay heirlooms. Itong mga jewelry pieces na to are passed down from families as heirlooms, carrying cultural, sentimental value. So these examples of crafts na pinapasa nila from generation to generation ay inspired ng iba't iba pong uh, crafts na kanila pong natutunan. For example, no, yung dream catchers, ito ay inspired to are crafted to catch and filter dreams. So ito yung mga indigenous, ano, 'di ba? Meron tayong mga ginagamit para mga anting-anting na kumbaga hindi bad dreams will be prevented to to enter our minds. So earrings and rings, example ng mga pinamana, necklaces and bracelets, yan, tulad po na nandyan sa ating slide. Another symbolic, this time we're going to talk about symbolic meanings of jewelry creation. So meron pong pinaka-common sa atin ay yung anting-anting. Yan. At saka iba pang panlaban. Used by some Negrito communities to ward off bad spirits and for healing purposes. So ito po daw po ay makakapagaling sa kanila or at the same time makakaiwas daw po na makakapataboy ng masasamang spirito. For example, that red and black bead. Very familiar din po sa akin yan kasi lumaki po kami ng probinsya. And people there, even my mother-in-law before, my eldest son, she placed that red and black beads kasi hikain yung anak ko. And she said na mapapalayo daw po mga masasamang espiritu at hindi siya palaging maging sakitin. So, usually, sa babies po natin nakikita yan, di ba? Meron nga iba iniipit na lang, di ba? Hindi na siya bracelet ngayon. So, iba, nabibili po yan sa Quiapo usually. This anting-anting and the red bracelet. So, nakikita ko pa rin po yan ngayon eh. And even siguro kayo, no? So, comment in the comment section kung ano po dyan yung mga story ninyo, personal sharing ninyo na pwede nyo pong i-comment sa YouTube comment section natin tungkol sa anting-anting and other bracelets and charms na ginagamit natin. Still nowadays, di ba? Kung meron pa kayong mga experience, you can share it with us. They also have this cultural beliefs are still preserved right now, no? Di ba? Nagagamit pa rin ng iba yan. So, by supporting mga ganun, napapasa pa rin from generation to generation. Now, ornaments for special occasions. No, these are certain jewelry pieces are used during ceremonies by groups or individuals of high status and signify wealth and luck. So, ito po yung significance nila. So, example po nito, no, the baliog layered necklaces. So, these traditional layered necklaces are worn by various ethnic groups in Visayas and Mindanao, often featuring beads and other ornaments. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo. Baliog, kasi liog in Visayas is neck, di ba? So, baliog. So, that one, yan po yung mga basic po na mga characteristics ng ating mga ginagawang mga beadworks and jewelry. So, motifs and designs. So, usually the specific motifs and designs are inspired by ancestral figures or natural or nature by nature. Tulad nito, I think it symbolizes the snake, tama? Symbolizes the snake. And this feature also like ancestral figures like may triangle. I don't know what this one is at the end of the bracelet, no? What's the symbol and the meaning of this? So, these bracelets, no, they have intricate designs and pattern. And kung tititigan nyo po, no, I don't know how they created that necklace. But it's full of, full of difficult, how did they do that at their time? Wala pang, di ba? Wala pa pong mga machines that will help them with the development of such intricate design. Next one is traditional tools and crafting techniques. So, kanina, sinention ko sa inyo, merong lost wax technique, and then we have hammering and sculpting. So, these are the ones used for shaping and manipulating metal, including gold, brass, and copper. na ginagawa, gamit natin bilang jewelries. Even nowadays, di ba, parang ganito pa rin naman ginagawa. So they have flatterers, flatters tool, tongs tool, sledgehammer, yan. Meron pa silang anvil tool, yan. Mga yan. You can watch this in the YouTube and see how they do that. Marami naman pong YouTube na mga videos to show how hammers and anvils and tongs are used to help in creating designs for the jewelry. Next one is clay molds and surfaces. So they are used for casting metal, particularly in the lost wax method. So dito sa kabila, no, you can see the ring. Yan. Siguro may shape na talaga. Kasi napaka-intricate ng design niya, no? Paano nila magagawa yung mga ukit. So, ginagawa na nila yan sa mold. Ito naman sa kabila, yan yung molten metal which is placed into the, siguro kung nakapanood kayo ng mga movies na that design swords, diba? Kung paano ginagawa yung mga espada, ganun din po yun ang paggagawa ng metal na accessories sa atin na ngayong panahon. Although medyo pino na ngayong panahon, hindi tulad ng lalaki ng mga furnaces. No? Even in How to Train Your Dragon cartoons, di ba? Di ba swordsmith yung tatay dyan ng bida. So, they make swords out of molten metals. Yan. So, ganito rin yung style sa jewelry. Now, weaving tools, no? Tulad sa mga weaving tools, they are used for creating woven fabrics and incorporating them into jewelry. Yan. Merong tela, merong beads, merong wires. Now, beadwork tools, ayan, ini-incorporate yung tela. Lalagyan ko ng tela, lalagyan ng beads, tela, beads, tela, beads. Tela, beads, tela, beads, yan. So, meron pong combination of weaving materials into the bead and then lagyan po ng beads. Next one is beadwork tools. So, used for creating and attaching beads to jewelry pieces. Meron po kayong mabibiling mga sets na ganito sa beadwork tools are used for creating and attaching beads to jewelry pieces. So, you can buy this in Shopee, no? But if you already have existing na mga gamit na tulad nito, I think you really don't need to buy, parang yung beads na lang pinaka-kailangan yung bilhin. Or even if you have existing beads na kailangan nyo, pwede nyo i-design ulit, then you can use them. Or kung gusto nyo namang gumastos, I think it will be sellable naman when you put it into exhibit or online shopping, di ba? Online shopping platform. Pwede nyo po yan na mabenta ang mga beads na yan. Kaya gandahan nyo na, di ba? At the same time, you will also get good grades kapag magaganda po ang inyong gawang beadworks. Now, you can also use shells, ha? You can also use shells or combine beads and shells in your designs. Now, I've been sharing with you this YouTube link, no? How to make beads bracelet at home, useful and easy. So, i-discuss ko rin po kasi yung criteria natin. You can have guides or you can watch other YouTube videos on how to create the beadwork. Okay? Yung iba siguro nga sa inyo marunong na eh. Kahit wala pa po yung guide. Now, in your technical skill, so sa 5 po yan, may equivalent po yung 5. That will be 99 or 100 to 95. Then 4 will be 94 to 90. Then 3, so on and so forth. Okay, 3 is to 89 to 85, 2 is to 84 to 80, and then 1 would be 79 to 75 ang grade. So, anyway, you can still read all this, you can have a screenshot of this one. And also, I'll be putting this criteria of your beadwork and shell craft making into the GCR and share it with the whole class. So, exceptional, no? Dapat makikita dyan na complex yung techniques nyo, flawlessly executed, perfect yung tension. Ang sinabi yung tension, yung higpit, and symmetry. Tulad ng diniscuss ko kanina, kailangan makikita din po doon yung balance and harmony, symbolism and meaning, okay, the materials you use, why did you use them. So, kailangan nyo pong i-explain yan in your group video. So, yan, ang group video nyo na yan, hintayin pa natin yung dalawa yung crafts, pero isasama-sama nyo po yun. Okay, for the finals. So, highly original ang design ninyo, showing deep cultural understanding or innovative artistic vision or unique conceptual approach. So, tulad ng mga mask na pinasa nyo sa akin, very unique, no? Although, kahit sabihin natin na festive mask ang ating pinag-usapan about the indigenous communities, then pwede rin yun namang kasi yung isa pa nating ni-lesson, di ba, is the Moriones Festival. Pero dun, Roman soldiers lang talaga ang dinidepict nila for the mass. Wherein, in Mascara Festival in the Visayas, ang ginagamit nila is very festive mascaras. So, documentation process, kailangan meron kayong video, photos, and documentation with clear, professional, step-by-step process and detailed narrative explaining your technique. You also have premium quality materials expertly selected. So, meron kayong diverse bead types na kinumbine strategically and should be sustainable and ethical sourcing evident. Kailangan hindi nyo, hindi nyo yung kinuha sa iba, okay? Dapat hindi yung binili ninyo tapos nilagyan-lagyan nyo lang ng design. It should be different from whatever we see in the market. Kailangan unique po siya, ha? Kailangan unique. Huwag kayong bibili lang sa market tapos sasabihin nyo, ma'am, gawa po namin. Tulad ng ginawa ng iba sa paracord, huwag po ganun, ha? May gawin po natin ng tama. Para, makikita naman kasi yan eh. Kung kayo ba'y dinikitan nyo lang yan ng kung ano ng design, di ba? Pero yun pala, binili lang sa market. Sana wag po ganun. And having your unique signature, your unique design will also become an indicator for me, for us with the student teachers, to give you the honest and deserving grade or score. So overall presentation of your beadwork, it should be professional level. Well, hinahanap dito, no? Museum quality craftsmanship. O sige, wag na museum, exhibit quality craftsmanship. So imagine nyo yung buong school natin, titingin po ng inyong beadcraft and shellcraft. Aesthetic excellence. So, ibig sabihin, ang ganda-ganda na tingnan. So, meron din po na kapag hindi kaya yan, sunundin nyo sa 4, 3, 2, and 1. So, nasa inyo po yan kung ano po. Paano ninyo bubuuhin as a group. Okay? But there is, tulad po na midterm, may naka-assign na po dito sa beadwork and shellcraft. Iba din po ang ma-assign sa dalawa pang susunod nating lessons. Okay? So, if you have any more questions regarding the instructions for you, the rubrics in your craft that you are going to create, feel free to share it in the GC with me or here in the YouTube comment section. Although mas maganda po sa GC para makita po ng lahat, as well as your classmate might have the same question that you are asking. So feel free to chat it in the group chat natin sa Messenger in the class. Don't, kindly refrain from sending personal messages because your classmates might have the same question as you have. And in that way, I don't have to deal with 400 students anymore, but I'll be dealing with the entire class, 6 class only. So, lahat po ng inyong mga katanungan, address lang sa GC kasi napaka-simple lang po ng lecture natin. It's only like less than 30 minutes. So, I hope you have also taken down your notes about the lesson kasi kasama po yan sa ating midterm finals exam, which is combined after the last 2 chapters. So, have a great day, class, and thank you for listening to our lecture and taking down notes, importantly, and also taking note of your questions. Salamat, and see you all in the GMeet or group chat. Have a good day.